rather than feeding them after shower, because at that time they may be so tired and too cozy, and then they sleep off without finishing their dinner. And what happens next? They wake you up at 12 midnight like, hello, I didn't finish my food, I need to continue from where I stopped. Hey amazing people, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Gloria. If you're new here, you're very much welcome. Welcome to RIA'S cabin. For all my returning viewers, God bless you. Thank you so much for sticking by me. So in today's episode, I'm just going to be talking about something that you may have encountered, may be encountering, or is yet to encounter. It's just something simple, but not so simple, right? All right, today we're talking about how to handle a toddler at night, especially in this summer season. So it's just going to be focused around getting them settled at night. A disclaimer is that this will also help you if you're actually trying to stop breastfeeding, right? You're trying to wean your baby and now focus on other means. Having a tough toddler that doesn't want to sleep, you're struggling, waking up 3-4 times in the night or even twice in the night, you don't know what to do, you're almost going crazy because you need to sleep. How do you do it? Of course, this is to be a concern before with my son. We're able to come up with different means and different ways for which we're able to curb it. There are two sides to it. Is either one, you want to bear through until the child is 2-3 and the baby can sleep all through the night, or you want to handle it right now and now because you do not have that patience. You need to sleep. These are some of the things that I've done in the past. I even still do right now. What are the ways to which you can help a toddler settle in at night, and you as well, you settle in at night and you have a straight, beautiful sleep? The first thing I will say is get them active in, on, around everything. It's just as we humans, as adults, the day you go out, you're just doing everything, you're active here and there. By the time you get home, you just want to let go and sleep, and you now have a beautiful shower at night. Don't finish. In fact, food or no food, you will sleep soundly because you've been active through the day. Your brain has been functioning. The activity in your brain has been massive. Now, this thing also relates to kids. With my son, it works perfectly. The days that we take him out to the park, to the playpen, let him be outside and play, throw stones, do whatever he wants to do, play enough, just interact with this environment. That day, he sleeps soundly. Is to start on a good note. In the morning, after breakfast, after a while, get them pumping, get them active. I have kids that, by the grace of God, they sleep well, so they sleep during the day, they also sleep during the night. If you have kids that when they sleep during the day, they find it hard to sleep during the night, then honestly, I would not want you to cut off naps. Maybe you can reduce the nap time, like the way they will encourage us for newborn babies. If you allow them to sleep through the day, at night you suffer for it. So if you think that your toddler is the type that if they sleep through the day, they will not sleep at night, then rather than 3 hours, cut it to 1.5 hours for them to sleep during the day, like nap, and then they have the other one at night. I remember my dad would always wake me up then when I was sleeping in the afternoon. Not that I wouldn't sleep at night too. My dad will come and say, Gloria, what are you still doing sleeping? What do you want to do at night? Don't you want to sleep at night? I'm like, that is your sleep. Leave me to sleep my sleep. Another point is try to shower them during the evening, especially in this summer. It can be quite hot, right? Even though you're going to shower, yes, shower in the morning, but try showering them towards bedtime. If you think that showering them just before dinner will be perfect, why not? Depending on the length of dinner time to bedtime, right? But if you think, okay, dinner comes first, then maybe when it's 7, we can now shower them, and then by 8 they are getting prepped. Like my kids eat first, have their shower in the morning, especially if the environment is very cozy, not too loud and everything. The next thing you start seeing my son doing or my daughter doing, they are trying to sleep, they are going back to sleep. So sometimes, depending on when we wake up, maybe if we wake up really early in the morning, by 10-11 they're having their nap again, and we sleep from then till 1 or till 2. Depends on how it works for you, but for me, what I do is I get to shower them towards that bedtime. It helps. Then again, my children, they sleep very well, praise God. But if you think your toddler is the type that to settle in at night is hard, get them showered towards nighttime, towards bedtime, after dinner or before dinner, depending. Okay, so some of them, as they are eating their dinner, they may just make sure you feed them before shower. At least their eyes are open to it enough, load themselves up enough. Then you have shower, and then the next thing is maybe by the time you're even putting their clothes on, their pajamas, they are sleeping, rather than feeding them after shower, because at that time they may be so tired and too cozy, and then they sleep off without finishing their dinner. And what happens next? They wake you up at 12 midnight like, hello, I didn't finish my food, I need to continue from where I stopped. Ensure that they are warm or cool enough. Don't make them too hot, especially because it's summer, right? You can also check, thank God for the weather forecast. You can always check through the weather forecast hourly what time it will be between this range and this range. If your house is like mine, that most times at night it gets cooler, try to make sure that they are warm enough before bedtime, like the duvet, everything is comfortable, not excessively hot, because later on they'll wake up. But it depends on the weather. If you think the weather is going to be hot at night, then please, by all means, take off as much layer so that they'll be able to sleep through. That comfort, it's paramount to them. Another thing is, make sure you change nappies on a clean nappy. If you need to powder the bumper, let it be fresh before they go to bed. Don't let them sleep on half full nappies, and then at night they are waking up all wet, irritated, and very uncomfortable. Okay, so make sure they sleep on a fresh nappy. I started learning this from my son's away, so all I have to do is I take off the old one, put all the pseudo cream I need to put, because they're going to pee, and then if I need to put powder, put enough powder, and that place is dried and feeling fresh. They will sleep till morning and they are very comfortable. Everything is to save your life, mommy or daddy. By the time you're having dinner, try to have dinner the same time your children are having dinner, so that by the time they wake up at night, you should be able to ascertain what could be the reason. Most of the time, like 98% of the time, we have dinner at the same time, right? If they're having a particular food, if we are not having similar food, then we'll make sure that their food is heavy enough. So we try to eat similar range of food, so that I will be able to say, okay, if I were to eat that food, would I be hungry? There are some nights you wake up and you feel like, oh, I didn't eat enough, and you're so hungry. By the time they wake up at night, you should be able to say, okay, I think this is the reason why they're waking up, because even myself, I'm feeling hungry right now. The dinner was not strong enough, great enough. The protein was not nutritious in that sense enough to fill us up till morning. So you'll be able to prepare juice. And when I say juice, I'm saying it not heavy juice or sugar-coated drinks. If it's water that your child needs, give them water. If you think it is squash, which I don't give to my kids, but one thing I do give to them is fruit blast. Although it's not so sugary, they have different flavors, but nonetheless, try and know the reason why they are waking up at that particular time of the night. There are some nights it doesn't want to eat. You're like, please eat this food. It doesn't want to eat. And then he wakes up at night, you'll be upset, but then you know that, okay, it's because he didn't finish his dinner, it's because he was a bit grumpy as of then. Okay, right now, just give him a bit of juice or water. Sometimes water doesn't cut it. That's why a bit of sugar tends to give us that feeling of being full. And before you know it, he's off and he will sleep till another 6-7 hours, depending on the time he woke up. So yes, that helps. Another thing is, depending on the child, if as of 14 months, we're still giving him food at night. So when he wakes up, I start breastfeeding him at 10 months. We would give him Cerelac or give him biscuit and milk, anything a bit heavy, and he will sleep. Especially for those who are weaning, you just cut off a major source of food, breast milk at night for them. Another point is, try as much as possible to dress in similar clothing like your child. So if you are putting on those cold, very fluffy pajamas, make sure your child is putting on fluffy pajamas, although all body temperatures are different, so that eventually they wake up at night. Is it that because they are too hot? So for me, I use my body a lot to measure my child's or my children's temperature. If I wake up at night and I'm sweaty under the duvet, wearing a fluffy pajamas, I take it off, and I presume as well that the child may be hot. Our body temperatures are different, but you can feel their neck, or is it overly hot? Then you can maybe remove the duvet, still sleep with the pajamas if at all, or maybe take off one layer or the other, okay? If you are putting on a light pajamas, make sure they're putting on something light as well. So by the time you wake up and you feel, oh, I'm a bit cold, most likely they are cold as well. And you can be able to guess, is it hunger? Are they thirsty? Is it cold? Is it heat? Have they poop? Most times, most kids, as long as they are past that newborn phase and 1 year, Most kids, they don't really poo-poo at night, except maybe they're not feeling well. Another thing is, make sure your bed is comfortable. Some babies, they don't want to sleep in their own bed, they want to sleep in your bed, because your bed is very, very, very comfortable than their. Usually babies' beds are not so well padded like adult beds. Their beds are quite slim. So what I do is I pad their beds, okay? Is either you get extra mattress for them, or I use lots of fluffy winter blankets and I lay it, and then by the time they land on that bed, especially when they're well fed, they've showered, clean, happy, well covered or protected or whatever, putting on their pajamas, that bed you will sleep till morning, you know. So I try to pad their bed as much as possible, especially my baby, because she's the one that has a tendency of wanting to wake up at night. I don't know what they're looking for at night. It's not like they're getting up to go and pee. Their toilet is with them there in their nappy. Well, I don't know. Ensure that the light in the room is dim enough. My children, thank God, they sleep both with light or without, but in most cases it's better you turn off the light. What I do to set the tone, maybe if you have those babies' music in the room with night light, white noise, why not put it on? All my kids are different. Zoe can sleep with noise, without noise. He sleeps, but most importantly, he sleeps with noise a lot. Petra, on the other hand, she does sleep with baby noise, but because myself, I struggle with sleeping with noise, and most times she's with me in my room, I don't really put on music. If not, that music, I'll keep hearing it in my brain until I won't be able to sleep. God help me, if I know the lyrics, that's the end. I will just keep singing, right? So I better turn it off. Basically doing what works for them. The best thing I now do is to not even use any music at all. I put on the night light without the music, without the sound. She sleeps off, turn off the light, and the minute she wakes up later up at night, there's nothing, she can't say anything. It's like my eyes are still closed because the room is properly dark. Sometimes you don't just have to wake up whenever they cry and pick them up, except you want to have peace. What I've noticed is the minute my daughter is crying and I don't pick her up immediately, she sleeps off by herself. But other times she's like, see, I know your tricks, I will cry until you pick me up. Which can be annoying. Sometimes I have to pick her up, and within the next 1 minute she has fallen back to sleep. And you don't have to keep giving breast milk, keep feeding, except you feel like they really may be hungry and you've tried water and it doesn't work, then give food. Okay, now the last point I'm going to bring in here is you should be able to know when there is anything else out of the ordinary, like a thermometer, to know if they are running a temperature at night. Maybe that's the only reason. Depending on their cries, how hot their body is, always have this handy so you'll be able to check that your baby is fine. I'll be coming to do a video on what to do when a child is running temperature. Like, I have a comprehensive list of that, and I'll be bringing that up as well. So yes, these are some of the things that help me to make sure my children sleep soundly at night, and after a while it just becomes a pattern and they sleep like that. These are some of the little tricks that I usually use for my kids, and it has worked wonders. Honestly, I feel I'm well adjusted and I'm a better human being, a better parent, because I feel well rested. Especially in the second phase, knowledge is power. As we grow, we learn. So I hope these little tips help you. And don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share it, don't forget to subscribe, it is free, and also don't forget to comment in the comment section. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.